Confucius said, "Isn't it a pleasure to learn and practice the principles of life and conduct at the right time? Isn't it joyful to gather with friends of similar ideals from afar? If others do not understand you and you feel no discomposure, isn't that the demeanor of a superior man?" We learn and practice the principles of life and conduct at the right time. For example, today Confucius teaches us to be filial to our parents, which of course needs to be practiced in our interactions with them. It wouldn't make sense to practice it all over the streets, as others might find it perplexing. Therefore, we must grasp the timing when learning anything and put it into practice at the right moment, which will enhance our abilities. The joy we experience at this time is naturally derived from within. The pleasure obtained from practice is in our hands, and we can also share our learning experiences with others, especially when friends come from afar, which makes us feel particularly happy because we share the same heart and reason. Moreover, if we have achieved something, there may be some who don't understand and appreciate us. What can we do? The demeanor of a superior man is evident when others do not understand us, and we are neither upset nor anxious. The focus of this chapter is on learning. First, what exactly should they learn at that time? The answer is the 5 classics and the 6 arts. The 5 classics represent the knowledge of the ancients, while the 6 arts represent their skills. Learning must have material, and the 5 classics include the 5 classics of the Book of Songs, Shai, the Book of Documents, Shu, the Book of Rites, Li, the Book of Music, Yue, and the Book of Changes, Yi, encompassing literature, history, etiquette, music, art, and philosophy. The 6 arts are 6 practical skills that also include rites and music, as they contain both theoretical and practical components. Understanding the principles of etiquette is of little value unless one can apply them in life. Additionally, there are archery, chariot driving, writing, and arithmetic, known as the 6 skills. Mastering these is essential for personal and societal success. Second, the method of learning is a combination of study and reflection. You will later encounter the saying, Confucius said, "Learning without reflection leads to confusion. Reflection without learning leads to danger." Merely studying without reflection will yield no results. One may forget the material right after the exam and have little insight. On the other hand, reflecting without studying means your thoughts are limited to life experiences without a systematic knowledge base, leaving you perplexed. Therefore, both study and reflection must be balanced. Books are accessible to everyone, but each person will have different insights after reading, and these insights can then be applied to life. Third, what is the purpose of learning? For Confucius, the purpose of learning is to cultivate virtue. One of his students, Yan Hui, also known as Yan Yuan, was particularly diligent in his studies. Confucius emphasized that only Yan Hui was truly eager to learn, and his behavior reflected this. He did not harbor resentment and did not repeat mistakes. These are aspects of virtuous conduct. For example, if he argued with Sam, he would not blame Lee, which is not harboring resentment. If he made a mistake, he would not repeat it, which is not repeating mistakes. These are indicators of high moral cultivation. Therefore, Confucius' view of learning can be understood from 3 aspects: the content of learning, the method of learning, and the purpose of learning. This explains why, after learning, one should practice at the right time. This chapter discusses the term superior man, Junzi, which initially meant son of a lord. The term lord, or jun, referred to leaders in the aristocratic society such as the emperor, dukes, and noblemen. Their offspring were called superior men, representing the privileged political class. However, Confucius gradually transformed the term to refer to virtuous individuals. Therefore, in Confucian thought, as in the Analects and Mencius, superior man has 2 meanings, one referring to political leaders, and the other to individuals with perfect virtue. The term Zi in Confucius said Zi Yue originally denoted a title similar to the ranks of nobility such as duke, marquis, count, viscount, and baron. Later, it became a term of respect for teachers in common use. For instance, Confucius, whose given name was Q and courtesy name Zhongni, came to be known as Confucius because his students called him teacher. This applied to Mencius in the Warring States period as well. In the Analects, besides Confucius, two other individuals are often referred to as Zi, Yuzi, and Zhengzi. This is because the editors of the Analects were students of these two individuals, and as students they referred to their teachers with respect. Notably, Zhengzi's father, Zhengxi, also appears in the Analects as a student of Confucius, but he is not referred to as Zhengzi. This is mainly because Zhengzi taught well, and his students were responsible for editing the Analects. Isn't it a pleasure to learn and practice the principles of life and conduct at the right time? Is very well known. The word pleasure means inner joy. The phrase, "Isn't it joyful to gather with friends of similar ideals from afar?" uses the word joyful, which refers to joy expressed externally. The Analects often touches on emotions such as the words pleasure, joyful, and discomposure mentioned in this passage. People naturally experience emotions. Sometimes they are happy, sometimes they are sad. These emotions are influenced by our circumstances and perceptions, and they are natural. Confucianism does not oppose emotions, but it emphasizes the importance of emotional regulation and emotional intelligence so that our emotional responses are appropriate and balanced. The first chapter of learning in the Analects teaches us the content, method, and purpose of learning. Making friends can bring joy because it allows us to share similar goals and values. In our interactions with others, how should we respond if others do not immediately understand us? In social interactions, people often need to observe our actions and behavior before they can understand and appreciate us. Confucianism advises that the superior man should focus on self-improvement rather than trying to impress others. Talented individuals will naturally be recognized and given opportunities when the time is right. In Confucianism, the term discomposure arises from a sense of personal mission to serve society and benefit others. In ancient times, the path for scholars was relatively straightforward. They sought official positions to serve the people. This is a crucial aspect of Confucian thought.